So now let's talk about base systems. Let's get into what does that mean and how did I get started. So I had my cell phone when I first was dealing with this mining application. What I did was go through the pains of having a separate system and being a miner and the effort and the power and the cooling and all that stuff go through. And I said, right now in a 6 month to 1 year, this isn't efficient. I have to let this thing run forever. Let me utilize what this application is supposed to do, and that is existing equipment. So first, I took my cell phone, and with that, I installed the Lite application, and it was showing me how many hashes a second it was mining out. And with that, at the 1x, which is the default base, it was doing 1,000 hashes a second. So what I did is I said, okay, let me look and see what the BTC mined is right now at 3:23 in the afternoon, and let me run this for 10 minutes to an hour to 2 hours or whatever. Let me take a chunk and see what the effort is. And at 4:13, I came over to my computer and I looked at the BTC it earned. I said, oh, look at that. I've got one Satoshi. That's 8 digits over. One Satoshi. So then I just created this spreadsheet to keep track of that kind of information. And yes, I took the difference of that equals this, one Satoshi. And then I said, what's the difference in time? It was 50 minutes. So if this would have said 6 hours and 30 minutes, I would need to know how many minutes that was, multiplying by 60 for each hour, da 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 da. So that's 50 minutes of time. That's what this is giving me. And then I can divide this into this, which gives me not one Satoshi, but O2 beyond. It's the 10th digit in 50 minutes. I said, okay, it would take 5 10-minute time frames to get this to be a 1 because 5 times 2 is 10. So that would become this as a 1. Let me zoom in here a little bit more. And so today's rate of BTC is 5183. Okay, what would that mean if I kept running my cell phone for an extended amount of time because my phone's always on? So in an hour, it would be tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 61 10,000ths of a dollar. That's not much at all to bark at, but let's look at it over time. So in a day, in a week, in a month. Okay, now we're getting into something. 45 cents a month. Is that anything to balk at? Well, in a year, it's $5.38. Okay, if we say, is that something to bark at? Well, probably not, but it's $5.38 free for a year at the value of what it is. If this is 51,000, and again, back in our info when we talked about how much it would go to, let's say it's $250,000. Let's change this from $250,000, and now let's go into it. Now it's $26 for doing nothing. That's an extra $21 for doing absolutely nothing. It's just the market value of what that is. It's going to go up dramatically when we look at it, and we're saying that our target frame from 2021 to 20, that's let's say almost 5 years, and then here to 5 years. So then if it's 5 million a Bitcoin and I've earned that, let's see what that would look like. Now it's $525 for doing absolutely nothing. That got me thinking, okay, I can see where if I have a phone that's going to work out. So let me go back and just put today's rate. Let's say 51,000. And I'm only going to make $5 a year this year. But next year I may make $12, and then the next year $24, and the next year so on and so forth. Okay, I'm going to spend that on a beer or something. But what if I take that $5.36 that I'm going to make in a year and put it into an X2 or another system or something else? So I said, okay, now I know what my base system of a cell phone does. So then the next thing I did is that I looked at the Pro version. And the Pro version, what that does is it automatically started running at 1500. The Pro version's a download, and depending on when you download it, there is a like a $2 to $4 charge. But sometimes they have the promotions and it's free to download. You get it for free, whatever. So at that point, I said, let me invest $2 into that and see how it increases. So that extra 500 hashes a second got me an additional, $2.80 or whatever. So that to me seems okay. I'm going to invest $2 to make $8, and now I have that ongoing. So it's better than this. Okay. And then the third thing that I did after running that is I said, well, let me clock it and see in the amount of time it did slightly better because of the half. Half of this is 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3. So it worked out the math. And the third thing I did was then I said, let me install Max. That's $13 a year to run. Okay. This is where it started to be the crossroads between my investment at $13 a year. Am I going to make $13 a year into it? No, not at 51,000. But it's going up. What would it be if today's market, if I started today, excuse me, if I started today and invested that amount? So if I went to, let's say, 60,000, my base system, $13.99. I'm almost breaking even, but it's not quite there. So let's go 70,000 when the market gets that much. There we go. When the market is 71,000, for every BTC I earn, I could technically cash out my total BTC and pay myself back everything that I've invested into it. My profit would only be like $1.74. But I don't lose the BTC that I've earned. At this point, I can say, I've mined this much. How much is that worth if I were to sell today? Let me see here. I got a link. Whoops. $10.10 today if I were to sell. I've only been mining for 2 months because I have added my cell phone and let that run, and then I added my laptop, and then I added my PC. Those 3 systems just running got me for nothing, got me $10.10. Okay, I can see how I've compounded that through. Then the fourth thing I did, like I was saying, my travel laptop. It is a 2-core, 2 gigahertz system, and it's running the base 1000, and it's giving me basically the same as my cell phone did, and it's going to make me the same. Okay. Then the fifth thing I did was add my PC. My PC is an 8-core, so I should see more than 1,000 that I'm running, creating, and that was 5,750 is what my PC ran. And that's giving me $230 a year at 70,000. Let's put it back to 51,000, today's rate, to be honest. That's giving me 167,000. Wow. I mean $167. At this point, the next thing was all hardware, one app. I said, if I run this and it gives me 5, and I run this, it gives me 8, and I run this, so on and so forth. What's going to happen if I run all of them together? This aspect. It's giving me $187. That's this plus this plus this. And I said, well, wait a minute. Quick math. This was giving me 74, running them individually and adding them up. But when I run them all together and I look at my total BTC in my console, I'm only getting 70. I'm missing. Where's that going? And what it is on my cell phone, it's basically taking and running the highest one. So you don't log in to Lite, Pro, and Max. You just log in once on your one cell phone. You can have multiple cell phones, spouses, partners, friends, kids, whoever, and run it on there, and then getting 2,000. So this is where I'm at, is running my workload just on those 3 systems. And so this was my projected $187 running the base on those 3 systems. That's pretty good over a year. If this goes up or down, fluctuates, this will fluctuate. So what is my expectation? 2 cents an hour, 51 cents in a day, in a week, so on and so forth. As this increases, my 187 is going to increase. Now, how can I get additional? Well, I can install this on my workshop PC, my spouse's cell phone, kid's cell phone, guess the whole family involved, right? That's there. Then I said to my brother's PC, had him install it, right? They can become in your area when you've installed it all on your family, my 3 systems and then these other systems in my family. I can create the affiliate, just like if you click on my link, you become an affiliate with mine, which means for every Satoshi you're capturing, the data center is going to give me a Satoshi because I'm spreading, advertising, communicating about this application. And so you do get extra affiliate, and I'll show you where that works off with. I don't get any of your Satoshis or any of your BTC. That's all you earn it. But because of the subscription, the application company is saying it's cheaper for us, instead of advertising out, let's let the people, give them that money, and therefore that is our advertising force. So there's an affiliate program that's in that. And this is everything that it would do it on. Once that hit going, I showed my brother. He's like, wow, let me put that on my cell phone and let me put that on my Macintosh, his PC. And he just had 2 items. As he was creating his 2,000 and 1,000, or I should say his 2,000 and his 5,000 on his 2 main systems, I was getting trickled in on my affiliate. So I said, okay, what if I take that $187 over a year and I put it back into this? What could I do? These 1x bases I can upgrade and get also shared from the pool miner or the data center servers that I'm going to subscribe to. So let's get into Base Boost after that.